All right, I'm here with Tony and Tegan from FreshCap Mushrooms. Today we're going to be learning about functional medicinal mushrooms. Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. We're also going to be giving away a pack of Thrive and one of Tony's t-shirts here. I just want to thank you guys for doing this today.
Thanks for coming out.
For you guys watching this video, maybe Tony and Tegan could talk about how they got started and your role in FreshCap.
Sure. So I got interested in mushrooms probably 6 years ago or so. I was just fascinated by them. I've always been interested in seeing them in the forest, and I'll always be walking around with my head down looking for different mushrooms. And about 5 years ago, I started growing them. I started simply at home. I was just fascinated by the whole cultivation process, as I'm sure you know. I'm sure a lot of your viewers know. And our original intention, we were going to be a gourmet and medicinal mushroom farm here in Sherwood Park. So we did that. We built a farm at our house, and it was awesome. We grew, a ton of mushrooms, but we weren't really ready to take that next step into large-scale cultivation. I'm sure you know what that's all about. But as part of that, we started our website, freshcapmushrooms.com, and we had so many people coming to our website, learning about mushrooms, learning about how to grow mushrooms, and there was a lot of interaction there. And eventually we thought, I believe in the power of mushrooms. Tegan's a huge believer in mushrooms. Let's do something with that. So we brought out our mushroom supplements, which is, primarily what we do now. Still grow a lot of mushrooms because we just love doing it, produce a lot of content. So that's kind of, my role in the business is growing mushrooms and producing content. And, Tegan.
And my role is product development. We're looking at creating a few more products down the road. And I have a degree in nutrition and food science, so the whole medicinal mushroom aspect really intrigues me.
How did you guys start sourcing ingredients and ultimately the products that you sell now? Maybe you could get into why and maybe the medicinal benefits of each one.
Sure. So, getting the right products, the right quality products was kind of a huge process for us. So we work with a lot of different organic farmers and foragers overseas. And the reason we do that is because we use whole fruiting body of the mushroom. So like a lot of the supplements out there, people don't really know what they're getting. It might be labeled as lion's mane mushroom, for example. But it could be, this fruiting body here, which is lion's mane mushroom, or it could be this, which is lion's mane grain spawn. So we wanted to, start a company that could provide really high quality extracts of fruiting bodies that are actually, tested to make sure they have all the beneficial compounds, the beneficial beta-glucans that are in there, and put them together in products that are easy and kind of fun to use and easy to get mushrooms into your life.
And in order to find a supply of pure fruiting body mushrooms, we found a Canadian manufacturer who works with producers overseas, so in Asia and China, and some obtained from Russia. And he's been working with them for 20-30 years. He's established a great relationship with them. They've made processes of organic farming, and they've made testing methods, and they've made all of these things available to provide a quality product that is not only effective but safe.
So yeah, you guys actually independently test your product, and then it gets packaged and distributed all over the U.S.
All over the U.S., yeah.
And you're not in Canada yet.
No.
But you're looking to have a good hold on North America. That's the goal.
Yeah, it's a long process to develop a product like this in Canada as well. So we started in the United States just because it's a great market for it, and we saw a really big opportunity there. But we're in the process of bringing our product to Canada.
So like what I'm really interested in is when everyone talks about medicinal mushrooms, there's always a double extract versus single hot water extract. And I know your product is hot water extract. So maybe you could kind of get into the benefits of your product and what people can do with your mushrooms if they buy a package of this.
Sure, totally. So basically there's 3 different ways to get medicinal mushrooms. Obviously you can just eat the mushrooms fresh. Some like lion's mane are delicious and they're wonderful gourmet, but stuff like reishi, cordyceps, they're not great to just eat. They're really, the texture's not there. They're really, the taste isn't great. And you have to eat a lot of them to get the beneficial compounds. One of the reasons is because, our bodies aren't set up to naturally break down the chitinous walls of the mushroom fruiting body, which contains, the beta-glucans, which are responsible for all the immunomodulating effects and a lot of the other benefits in mushrooms. So the other way to do it is a hot water extract. So you basically take the fruiting body of the mushroom, you soak it in a big vat of really hot water for a number of hours, sometimes up to a day, and that pulls out the beta-glucans because they're water soluble. And then we spray dry that into a powder. So then when you just eat the powder, it's easily bioavailable, and the beta-glucans are easy to be absorbed into your body. Of course, the third method of doing it is called an alcohol extract, which these are not. These are just hot water extracts. Mm-hmm. But alcohol extracts help to pull out different compounds like triterpenes, sterols, and some of the compounds that are responsible for other medicinal benefits.
And you were mentioning that Tegan's been playing around with cooking with these products. Mm-hmm. What do you guys have that is really working well for you?
All right. Well, they're very versatile. So because it's in a powder form, it's really easy to mix it into any kind of coffee, tea, smoothies. But you can also add these into anything you're cooking in the kitchen, really. So if you're making a brownie, if you're making a pasta sauce, if you're making a soup, easy to obtain these medicinal benefits in fun ways in the kitchen.
I know you're not a medical professional. I know you don't want to guarantee, and that's obviously the big thing about getting into this market. But the reality is that the research is catching up to these products, and that's why you do it. So why do people want to take these mushrooms, and why have you sourced out the ingredients for each of these packages here?
Right. So I'm a mushroom grower at heart, and that's how I got into it, and that's my real passion. But the other thing that blew me away about mushrooms is how they can benefit our health. And, I saw that firsthand. I used to get sick like every 3 months, every 4 months. It was just like clockwork. I would be sick. And it sounds like malarkey, but ever since I started taking medicinal mushrooms, I have not gotten sick once in over 2 years. You might feel like you're starting to get sick and it's like your immune system kicks into gear. And the reason that is because hot water extracts of certain mushrooms contain beneficial beta-glucans. They're polysaccharides. So they're little molecules that essentially modulate and activate your immune system. But each mushroom has a different shaped beta-glucan or a different shaped polysaccharide that can affect your immune system in different ways. And that's why these mushrooms have different effects. So in this blend, so basically, the bottom line on all medicinal mushrooms is they're good for your immune system, which is kind of the foundation for overall health. Because if your immune system, you kind of want to have it on cruise control. If it's overacting, you're going to have autoimmune problems, all this kind of stuff. If it's underacting, you're going to be susceptible to all sorts of diseases and colds and flus, etc. This product here has reishi mushroom, which is one of the most famous medicinal mushrooms worldwide. It's been used for thousands of years. People typically use reishi mushroom for, it can help you get some better sleep, it can help people relax. It's also a really powerful immunomodulator. And the traditional way of using it would be to soak the fruiting body in tea, in hot water extract, and in drinking that tea. We can talk about some of the other mushrooms. So maitake is another one that's in this mix. Again, it's really good for your immune system. There has been some research done on how it might help to regulate blood sugar. So, people with certain issues with their blood glucose found benefits from taking maitake. The other one is turkey tail, so that's this one here. Turkey tail is an amazingly powerful mushroom. It's got the highest beta-glucan content of any of the mushrooms we sell. It's at 45%. Wow. It's really good for helping, avoid the colds and flu and that kind of stuff. So, take it during flu season, and it can really help to empower your immune system to help from some inner health. The other mushroom here is cordyceps. This is a really interesting mushroom. So when people say cordyceps, you might have seen those videos on BBC where the spores of the cordyceps mushrooms infect the brains of caterpillars. And the caterpillars will go to a place suitable for the mushroom, they'll die, and the mushroom will fruit through their head. Now, that sounds really scary. Mm-hmm. But that's Cordyceps sinensis, and you actually cannot cultivate that one. But luckily, there's another species of Cordyceps called Cordyceps militaris. You can cultivate it. A lot of people are cultivating it now at home in the US, and it has a lot of the same medicinal properties as traditional Cordyceps sinensis. And what that is they call it the athlete's mushroom, right? So it's really good for improving the way oxygen is distributed from your lungs to the rest of the cells in your body. So it has amazing effects for endurance and energy and all that kind of stuff. And This is one of the mushrooms that people more typically take in the morning to kind of give them an energy boost. That's my personal favorite mushroom, so I'll talk about that one last.
Okay.
Chaga mushroom is another one. This is always wild harvested because you cannot actually cultivate chaga mushroom. You can cultivate the mycelium, but the fruiting body, it's actually better called a sclerotium because you've probably seen it, those big black charcoal-looking lumps on the side of birch trees. That's chaga mushroom. So chaga is amazing for your immune system, again, as are all medicinal mushrooms, but people take chaga as well to help like stress and anxiety, and it's supposed to be really a relaxing mushroom.
What have you guys done with the chaga specifically? I know the only way I've ever consumed it is I've made a tea with it, and I had a little bit of maple syrup.
Right.
That was a nice way to do it.
Yep.
Maybe let it sit for 20 minutes and just let it soak in.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other recommendations that you guys have done?
Yeah, I mean, the beauty of this chaga is it's already been hot water extracted, so you can put it in a tea. That's a great way to do it, or put it in coffee. But you can also just put it into food. Or like cold brew is one recipe that we have on our website, so like a chaga cold brew.
And anything with chocolate, because the chocolate really helps to counteract that really bitter flavor it has. So a brownie or a chocolate cake, anything like that with a chocolate flavor pairs really well with any of these mushrooms, but especially chaga.
That sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah.
And your personal favorite, this is Thrive?
This is electric lion's mane. So lion's mane, I mean, it's getting a lot of news lately because of its ability to help with brain function, cognitive health, that kind of stuff. A lot of people are using lion's mane for focus and mental clarity, and it really is amazing. It's helped me a lot too. Before I started taking mushrooms, I would often feel kind of foggy headed, not all that clear. I've had concussions in the past, that kind of thing, and I really feel like lion's mane has been a really big help, just making me feel way better mentally. And there's a lot of research being done on lion's mane as well. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, but what it does is it helps promote nerve growth factor, which is a compound that we humans produce that helps regenerate nerves, and it also helps regenerate nerves in your brain. And that's why it's so good for cognitive health and nervous system function and all that kind of stuff.
So today we've prepared a few items for you to try out with our extracts, a variety across the board, since these powders work so well in a wide range of recipes. So you can pretty much go into the kitchen and experiment, try them out in different ways, and you'll find out that they're very versatile.
And do you have recipes for people to look up on your website?
We do. We have a section on our website, our blog, where you can go and find all these recipes that we have today and many others.
So I'll leave a link in the show notes below how to go to your website. Your website is what again?
www.freshcapmushrooms.com.
That's easy.
Yeah.
So what do we have today to try?
All right. So I don't know which order we want to work this, but might as well start with the soup because it's hot. So the soup is prepared with the turkey tail mushrooms, and it is a sweet potato curry soup. So just something nice on a cold day, warms the soul, boosts the immune system. Good hearty soup.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's good.
Mm.
Really nice curry.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing about turkey tail is you wouldn't typically use it in cooking, right? Because it's a polypore, it's really hard. It doesn't really adapt to the kitchen, but with the extract, you can pretty much do it anything.
Yeah, and I think it's just really neat just to be cooking with these medicinal mushrooms and not having something you have to take every morning as a medicine. This is just part of your daily routine, and,
Right.
and you can do anything with it.
Totally.
Very easy way to incorporate them into your diet. And if you're looking for different benefits, you can blend them together to really specialize the way you're taking your supplements. And you can also decrease the dose as much as you want. So it's a little bit easier than a capsule. Say if you're trying to hit a certain dose, you don't have to be popping a whole bunch of pills. You can just increase the amount of powder that you're adding to a recipe.
And what have you done with the salad here?
All right, the salad is with our lion's mane, our electric, and it is a Asian salad. So it has edamame, it has red cabbage, it has kale,
Right.
and then the lion's mane is added to the salad dressing. Thank you.
And the salad dressing is?
It's a soy sauce base, so it's soy sauce, sesame oil, rice vinegar, the electric powder, and some oil. So. And if I've missed anything, it's in the recipe online, because I may have missed. And lime, there you go. There's lime in there too.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. You should bottle that. It's good.
So yeah, are you guys Are you guys selling any products, any food products yet? Is that a direction you might go to potentially? Or
I mean, definitely there's an opportunity there for that.
Yeah, it's something we've considered. We're pretty busy at the moment, but I mean, there's nothing to say that it's not somewhere where we could take our product.
is there a market for that yet?
I think there would be. It's still pretty small, but I think it's growing really fast, the supplement world of mushrooms. So I think you'll see a lot of new products coming onto the market, a lot of innovative products coming onto the market, which is awesome.
And this is a kale chip here?
Yeah, so that's made with the cordyceps powder, and this is a spicy kale chip.
Yeah, out of all the mushrooms, cordyceps is the one that definitely has probably the strongest flavor. And if you were to just take the cordyceps by itself, you might be a little bit put off by the flavor.
There's a really nice spice to this.
Right? It's pretty good in the kale chip.
And the kale chips, these are just oven baked? Yeah, they're nice. So the powder you just kind of sprinkled on at the end of cooking, or?
So I mix it into the dressing. So it's a miso-based dressing with some sriracha, some sambal, some sesame seeds, some grated ginger, and then I mix the cordyceps powder directly into that, whisked it with my little hand whisker, and then you take the kale, break it up to little pieces, and just massage it into all the leaves, spread it out on a baking tray, and dry it for about an hour and 40 minutes in the oven.
Wow. Are you guys set up at the farmer's market yet, or do you ever do that? That would be a hit.
Yeah,
You could totally sell that at the market.
I think you're right. Yeah. Well, more people are learning about these things too, right? There's a lot of great people out there that are pushing a lot of this information about mushrooms. So this thing called like fungophobia is kind of going away, or mycophobia, where people kind of think certain mushrooms are poisonous, etc. The more people are learning about different ways to get mushrooms into their life is really helping that.
I think there's huge demand incorporating mushrooms in your diet. And I think it's neat when you can incorporate mushrooms in a way that you don't necessarily know you're eating mushrooms. Especially for your children, if they don't like the texture of mushrooms, this is a great alternative to that.
Totally.
I really want to try this.
Yes, this is our
The
dessert.
What is this?
So these are actually a gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free blondie brownie. They don't have to be made gluten-free. You can add our mushroom powder into non-gluten-free products. But this is a very simple way to get, and delicious way. And this is made with the Thrive 6. So.
Oh my god. That's so good.
Not bad, eh?
Was Thrive your first product?
Yeah.
And how did you guys come up with that mix for Thrive?
Well, a brownie in my mouth. So basically, we looked at all the products that were on the market, and we tried to pick, the 6 mushrooms that we thought would have the most benefit to be kind of blended together. And there wasn't this specific product out there. There's lots of different mushroom blends, lots of different mycelium blends.
At the time, this Thrive 6 was a unique product to market, so we thought it was a good way for us to go in, slightly different than the competition out there, with a really good blend of beneficial mushrooms.
And the interesting thing about Thrive 6, a lot of the mushrooms have kind of a unique smell, a unique flavor, unique taste. But Thrive 6, when you blend them all together, it actually has a really nice, a nice smell and a nice flavor profile. So it can be mixed really well with a lot of things. So it's kind of like, it's almost reminiscent of chocolate. So if you want to just smell that, it probably wouldn't smell like you expect.
Yeah, it's like almost like a dried cocoa.
Yeah, right? That's kind of what
that's
it's just reminiscent of.
That's not what I expected.
Not what you expected.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how this particular blend of mushrooms kind of, all the flavors blend together. Like if you smell cordyceps by itself, I'll just open this one as well.
It has a very strong smell, a little bit off-putting.
Yeah, if you didn't expect it, and we'll just add some of the powder. So that one definitely has a different. So it's a little stronger, right? And if you didn't know what that was, you might think, oh, is that,
I can't even compare that to anything.
But, that's a sixth of this, which is
cool.
kind of interesting. So, yeah, that's another reason why we picked the Thrive 6 blend.
So Tony actually wants to give away, are you giving away the 5?
We're giving away the Thrive 6.
The Thrive 6?
Yep.
Okay. And you want to give away a t-shirt?
Yeah, so I know a lot of you are mushroom growers or mushroom farmers, so for this giveaway we thought we're going to give away this shirt. It's a mushroom farmer shirt. It's not branded or anything, it's a fun shirt to wear while you're growing mushrooms, and we want you to try our best blend, so we're giving away a package of Thrive 6. So If you want to check that out, go to freshcapmushrooms.com/WTF for What the Fungus. I'm sure you can put the link in the video.
Yeah, I'll leave a link in the description, and you're gonna pick a winner within a week.
Yeah, I figured a week after this video goes live, we'll pick a winner and send it out.
Well, thank you so much, Tony and Tegan,
Thank you.
for showing everyone about FreshCap. I love doing videos like this, and I really like promoting products that I believe in, and I know you guys have spent a lot of time and energy developing a product that really matters to you. And I think this is a great way to show everyone, all my viewers, something that is really interesting and innovative in this space. I really find there's so much room for medicinal mushrooms, and finding companies that truly believe in their product and understand the whole process is a rare thing. And you guys have really demonstrated to me your true passion for FreshCap, and I hope everyone here is inspired by your story.
Awesome.
So I'll leave a link to every product that FreshCap has to offer in the description below. And if you guys have any questions, also leave your email that they could address you as well. Maybe just what is your email?
Yeah, just hit me up at support@freshcapmushrooms.com or Tony@freshcapmushrooms.com or Tegan@freshcapmushrooms.com. We love hearing from you guys. We love hearing from people, and we're really responsive. So just reach out and we'll say hi.
Thanks again, guys.
Thank you so much. Right on.
I had so much fun.
Yes.